This is Northeastern Football Alliance action on our Street Media.
Rolls right, throws towards the end zone. It is tipped, it's bobbled around, it's caught! 2-point try is good!
Northeastern Football Alliance action.
Handoff goes up the middle and stood off by that Spartan defensive line.
Northeastern Football Alliance action.
Ball comes out, Spartans pick it up! 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown!
This is Northeastern Football Alliance action on our Street Media. Here's Brad the Bruiser Eichhorn.
Beautiful weather today here in Lockport as we get set on this Saturday night to bring you some Northeastern Football Alliance action. Brad the Bruiser Eichhorn and the R Street Media crew up here in the press box here at Outwater Park getting set to bring you this evening's action between the Chargers and the Wildcats of Lockport. Right now coming in all white tonight are the Rochester Chargers. As for the Wildcats of Lockport, the home team tonight, they'll be wearing black head to toe with some orange on the sleeves. All right, well, in our pregame coverage for tonight's game, we're going to be talking with both coaches from each squad here. We'll be joined by Eric Clark, the head coach of Lockport, and then we'll also be joined by the offensive coordinator of the Rochester Chargers, Coach B. Will. That's coming up on the other side of a break. This is your home for the Northeastern Football Alliance, Our Street Media, and OurStreetMedia.com.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just got invited to the prom. Do you A, meet her date?
I need to see your past date report cards, your driver's license, a list of references, and this hair sample.
B, help her pick out a dress?
Don't you just love the long sleeves and turtleneck on this pantsuit?
Ugh.
C, attend the prom undercover.
Mom, what are you doing here?
I'm not Mom, I'm Calvin, the new kid at school.
Or D, capture her big moment.
Let's take a photo of you two. I'm in the middle.
When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers. But that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is Northeastern Football Alliance action on our Street Media.
Welcome back to Our Street Media's Countdown to Kickoff pregame show. At this time, we're joined by Lockport Wildcats head coach and defensive coordinator Eric Clark. Coach Clark, thanks for joining us.
No problem. Glad to be here again.
So, coming off a 16-6 victory over Genesee, you've had a week to rest. What's the mindset going into this next week matchup against Rochester?
This week's focus is all for the last 2 weeks has been focus and execution, cleaning up our sloppy play, limiting the penalties. We had, I believe, 13 penalties last game we played. So our main focus has been being more disciplined and being more focused, attention to detail going into this game Saturday.
Do you think that the turnovers and, as you pointed, some of the slop there, that was part of the reason that, this game was as close as it was? I mean, it was a 2-point game, late in the fourth quarter. For
sure. Turnovers, and the penalties, definitely played a part in it. We forced, I believe, 4 turnovers ourselves, and we were in scoring position 3 times where we ended up with no points because of penalties. We had one drive that backed us up from the 5-yard line all the way to the 55, all the way to the 50. Sorry. So we can't expect to win games playing like that. So those are our focuses this week, is cleaning up those penalties and execution.
Any major changes we should expect on offense going into this week?
We got 2 of our O-linemen back this week that played last year with us. So our O-line play should be a little bit stronger. So I'm expecting a good turnout from the offensive line this week. Other than that, our skill spots is still the same. We added a player, pretty dynamic player, pretty fast guy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how we look this Saturday.
With the added depth on your offensive line now, do you think that changes your offensive game plan between running and throwing the ball? I
say we try to be balanced, right? But every game is different. Some teams take away the pass, some teams take away the run. So we try to go into a game with a balanced game plan. Me and my offensive coordinator, we always sit down and try to have a balanced game plan. But for the most part, we pretty much end up being one-dimensional, pretty much leaning towards one way or the other, whether it's pass or it's run. But I expect us to execute regardless of which way we're leaning.
Lockport Wildcat head coach Eric Clark joins us here on our Countdown to Kickoff pregame show. So your defense played outstanding, I would say, last week. 4 turnovers forced, only 6 points allowed. Talk about their successes on the field and how you hope to, duplicate it going into this week.
Yeah, defensively, the one thing that I always harp on, right, is the attention to details, right? Understanding, what's going on, understanding our game plan, understanding what we're willing to give up in order to achieve our goal. And the one thing that I always preach is 11 hats to the ball. So, we do a good job of swarming to the ball. We do a good job of getting guys on the ground. And if we have any repeat success from last week, I expect a lot of turnovers this week also.
Now, Rochester is a team who they were in the hole 12-0 and were able to go ahead and catch some fire in the second half, nearly mounted a comeback. What concerns do you think they present coming into this week?
They're a physical group up front on their offensive line. I like the way the offensive line fires off of the ball. But they do present a challenge in the run game. But I believe that my front seven is up for the task as far as stopping the run. Passing wise, they have a couple concepts that do cause issues. Not say cause issues, but do raise my eyebrows a little bit. So, we've been game planning and really harping on the details of, the formations and how they line up and the alignment of players, because that means a lot for us on defense. And the less we're thinking, the more faster we're playing. So, I'm looking forward to it, man. Really looking forward to it this Saturday.
All right. Well, really appreciate the time, Coach. Have a great game tonight.
No problem. Appreciate it.
And that was Lockport Wildcats head coach Eric Clark. Taking a break. Our coverage continues right here on your home for the Northeastern Football Alliance, Our Street Media, and OurStreetMedia.com.
This is Northeastern Football Alliance action on Our Street Media.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice an 8-year-old girl who's not excited
for summer break because she may not be having lunch again until September?
Or a single father of 2 who works
3 part-time jobs and still can't put enough food on the table?
Or maybe a mother who cleans offices at night,
hoping to find meeting leftovers to take home to her hungry family.
Or a war veteran who's having a hard time landing
a job and getting back on his feet.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My Grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my Grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
This is Northeastern Football Alliance action on R Street Media.
Welcome back to R Street Media's Countdown to Kickoff pregame show. At this time, we're joined by Rochester Charger offensive coordinator, Coach B-Will. Coach, thanks so much for joining us.
Appreciate you for having me.
So, Coach, last week, we saw you guys blanked in the first half, but second half you came out strong. You put up 12 points and nearly mounted a comeback. What do you have to say about the resilience of your offense in last week's game against Genesee County?
Well, that's what we practice for. We have a pretty good team in that we never give up. So we just had a slow start, got our stuff together, and played better in the second half.
Where does the offense start and stop for you? I mean, from my eyes there, everything seemed to flow through your quarterback, who seemed to have a really good command and grasp of your offense.
Our offense starts with the O-line, which many offenses normally start with the offensive line. The offensive line is one of the hearts and soul to a good offense, and as long as they're playing great, then anything is possible for the offense to get it rolling.
And the protection they put out and the blocking in the ground game, I mean, you had to be pretty proud of the way they performed last week.
Yes, I was pretty proud with how they performed last week. Everything is not perfect, but they did show a good sign of resilience and fought hard.
All right, so prior to this game, your team only had, kind of a preseason game there in Cleveland where the whole roster wasn't there. So last week, a loss to Genesee County, but your team was able to get on the field, get some game experience in. How crucial is that going into this game against a very good Lockport team?
That is very important. Lockport is, I want to say, maybe 3-4 games in, and always, it always been battles against Lockport for the past, I want to say, 15 years. And, you're not just going to go up there with a half a team. You really have to come ready to play. If not, then you can't stand a chance.
Joined here by offensive coordinator of the Rochester Chargers, Coach B-Will. Coach, part of this game is trying to limit the turnover battle, and unfortunately, it bit both teams last week, but ultimately the game, ends on a turnover and an interception there. What's been the mindset this week going in to look to limit turnovers?
Protecting the ball a lot better, and obviously protecting the quarterback so that way he can get the ball out of his hands in a timely fashion. To the receivers, he got playmakers, and also the playmakers out of the backfield.
Joined here by Coach B-Will. What are the keys to the game to go out here and hang with and potentially knock off a Lockport team? What does your offense need to do this week? Obviously, you said it starts with the offensive line. Where does it go from there? How do you execute this week?
We need to pretty much lower the turnovers. At least try not to have any turnovers. But a lot of football games is based on how many turnovers each team has. So we want to try to get good field position, try to put some points up. But against a good Lockport team, we have to come ready to play.
Well, Coach, I really appreciate your time. Look forward to calling all the action. May your team have a great game tonight.
I appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
And that was Rochester Charger offensive coordinator B-Will. We're going to take a timeout. On the other side, it's kickoff right here on your home for the Northeastern Football Alliance, R Street Media, and rstreetmedia.com.
This is Northeastern Football Alliance action on R Street Media.
And we're back here as we kick off. Rochester will have it at the 25, not at the 30, 35, crossing the 40 and goes down about the 42-yard line. That's what they'll take over. 1st and 10 coming up here for the Rochester Chargers. I'm happy to be joining you here on tonight's broadcast in Rochester. Brad the Bruiser Eichhorn. our videographer here, Peter James, as Rochester is going to set up here on a 1st and 10. Still getting the play in here. They'll be ready to go here shortly. And they'll set up. Out of a pistol formation. H-back to his left here. Dash will set up. Snaps a little bit low. Gets it off. Going left here is Lawrence. Lawrence got a nice positive yardage there. Looks like he's taken down just shy midfield. So decent game by that young man. Brings up now 2nd down coming up. Clock will roll here in the early goings of this first half in Lockport. About 2nd and 6 after a 4-yard pickup by Lawrence, as they'll set up here on a 1st and 10. Pistol again, H-back to his right. Lawrence is the deep back here. They put a receiver to each side, bunch of tight end right. Snap goes up the middle. Minimal gain on the play. Just shy of midfield, but should make it about 3rd and 5. So about 5 yards to get to the sticks. They have to get to about the 48-yard line of Lockport. They have it at their own 48. So about 3rd and 4, we'll say, to get to the sticks. Rochester will break the huddle. They'll set up here. They're going to work out of an I formation. Dash is going to go under center. Twins right side on a 3 wideout set. Set takes a snap. Looks like it was a quarterback keeper. May have had a bad snap. He loses yardage on that one, about a loss of 1. So with that, it's now 4th down coming up here for Rochester. They'll put one man deep, set to receive this kick. Stands back near his own 10-yard line. Retreats back about to the 5. A late substitution here by Rochester. They get him in. Snap is clean. Picked up. Kicks a little bit short. It's going to roll, and it's going to go dead about at the Lockport 25. So with that, the Wildcats will set up here at their own 25-yard line. 12 minutes left to go in this first half. We are scoreless. Wind the clock. All right. Our street media is running the show tonight. We're doing clock. We're doing a little bit of everything. All right, so that Lockport offense will come in here on a 1st and 10. Fair's going to go with an empty back set. Trips right side on the 5 wide outside out of a gun. Fair set. Throws over the middle, and it's caught, and it looks like it's close to a first down. Indeed. Anthony Johnson with a reception. Good to move the sticks. It's a first down for the Wildcats. So the chains will move after about a gain of 12 on that one. So go to about the 37-yard line. That's where they'll have it now, 1st and 10 coming up here for the Lockport Wildcats. Scoreless here in the early goings of this first half. Clock is rolling just over 11 here as they break the huddle on first down. 4 wide out set, Twins to each side of the formation. Webster Hall, the back, will go to the left of Fair. On first down, takes a snap. And it's Sweet Pea actually gets a carry. Sweet Pea Johnson. Sean Sweet Pea Marshall with a carry. I thought it was Johnson. It's Marshall. Got a good crew in the box tonight, too. About 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats. 4 wide out set. They go Twins to each side once more. Sweet Pea will go to the right here of Fair. On first down, Fair's going to drop back to throw. Throws right, has him in right at the sticks. That should be good for a first down. Trying to carry some white jerseys for a piggyback ride. Goes down about the 49-yard line. Fair's pass is complete. Good to move the sticks. It's a Wildcat first down. And they'll go ahead and stop the clock now. 9:48 left to go here in the first quarter. And we do have a timeout called in the action by Rochester. We'll take it with them. 9:48 left to go in the first quarter. It is Lockport tied here with Rochester. This is the Northeastern Football Alliance and our street media.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Northeastern Football Alliance action on our Street Media.
After the Rochester timeout, we return to action here. 1st and 10 coming up here for the Wildcats. 1st and 10, Lockport. 4 wide out set, Twins to each side. Marshall is going to go to the right here of Fair. On first down, looking to draw first blood in this one. Fair will hand off inside. It's Marshall, who's bottled up, and he gets about a yard. Solid hit on the play, though, by Rochester there to bring him down. There was number 33, of course, who's not on our roster, but an explosive hit by that young man. So with that, now it's going to be 2nd down and about 9. 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Wildcats. 4 wide out set, Twins to each side. It looks like Webster Hall is the back. He's going to go to the right of Fair. Here we go, 2nd down. Fair takes the snap. It's a little bit low, but we do have a flag on the play. Flag on the play. It's either going to be, looks like it was a false start, but I thought I saw it was a substitution. Nope, it's definitely going to be on the Wildcats. False start on the Wildcats. 5-yard penalty makes it now 2nd and 14. Clock is stopped here, 8:41 left to go in the first quarter. Goose eggs on the board between Rochester and the Wildcats. Clock will roll as they break the huddle on 2nd and 14. Vale's the near side receiver. Twins right. They put a tight end shallow back to his left. On second and long, Fair's going to drop in the pocket. Marshall will catch it. A finger tech catch. Works the near sideline. Continues to juke downfield. He's got a bunch of deal ahead. He's going to nearly get in there. I think he's just shy of the goal line. Sean Sweet Pea Marshall with the catch and run. So he was close. I don't think he was in. Chains haven't moved yet. And of course, our camera is not at the greatest advantage. Here we go. So I'm trying to see if they call it a touchdown or not, because the chains haven't reset. The chains are standing perfectly still. Clock's rolling here, so yeah, it is first and goal coming up here at about the 2-yard line. First and goal, Wildcats. At about the 2. Caesar, the deep back here. Fair works out a pistol H-back to his left. He'll take the snap. Caesar's going to get the carry, and he's bottled up. Pitches it back on the play, a little bit reckless. Here's a scrum for the ball, and Rochester's going to recover. Fumble recovery by Lockport, recovered by the Chargers. So a little bit of a risky play there by Caesar. He was like, all right, let me give it to my man with some open green. He should have probably just gone down. So tried to do a little bit too much on that one. So with that, it's now going to be 1st and 10 coming up here. So they called a touchdown. The try's no good. So 6-0. All right, so here we go. So it was a touchdown, but the 2-point try is no good. After the touchdown by Marshall, 2-point try is no good. 6-0, Wildcats on top. And interesting, every other game we've been here, Lockport occupied the near side. They're occupying the far side tonight. Rochester on what I would call the home side of the field by the stands and everything. So interesting right now as they'll set up here to kick this one away. Marshall to kick this one away as they go right to left. Chargers left to right across your internet bandwidth. Kick is away. It's a little bit short. Field at the 25. Now to the 30. Goes 35, 40, 45. Spins his way. Field loses his helmet and goes down just shy of midfield. Robert Smith on the return for the Chargers. So after that return, that'll set up here 1st and 10 coming up here for Rochester. In the hole, 6-0. Clock will roll here. 5:45 left to go in this opening first quarter. Wildcats on top of this one at home in their home opener. Lockport well rested this week. Got a forfeited win over the East Coast Blue Devils. As for Rochester, coming off a loss last week to Genesee County, that was at home, and you heard it right here on our street media. Pistol formation for Dejan Dash. Lawrence is the deep back. Handoff goes left side. It looks like that was Adams with a carry there. Adams, the ball carrier. Gain of 4 brings up 2nd and 6. Clock rolling, 4:36 left to go in the first quarter. Rochester moving quickly here. They go left to right. 3 wide out set. Twins to the near side out of a pistol. H-back to his left. Handoff goes inside. It's Lawrence, and Lawrence gets bottled up. Looks for a loss on the play. Loss of 2 on the play there by Jeremy Lawrence. With that, it's going to be now 3rd and long coming up here. About 3rd and 8 to get to the sticks. They have to get down to the Wildcat 42-yard line. Turner coming in with the plays. A quick substitution. Looks like Turner coming into this ball game now. And Adams is going to take a break on the sideline. Third and 8. 4 wide out set. They go twins to each side of the formation. He'll throw. This pass is caught, and he's going to take it forward, and it's a first down and then some. Deshaun Dash's pass is complete to Robert Smith. That'll move the sticks. First down, Rochester. Clock rolling inside. 3 minutes left to go in this opening quarter. And right now, the Chargers looking for the equalizer. Were blanked in the first half last week against Genesee County, but put up 12 unanswered points. Unfortunately, came up 7 points shy of tying that one, and they fell 19-12 at home last week at Franklin High School up there in Rochester. So down to the 30-yard line of Lockport. Here we go. 1st and 10 coming up here for the Chargers. Clock rolling inside. 2.5 left to go in the first quarter. Back to each side. Twins to the near side of the formation out of a gun. Dash will set up. Adams is back to his left. Lawrence to his right. Dropping back in the pocket is Dash. Throws, has a man caught. Screen pass. Drags a couple black and orange jerseys with him and goes down about the 26-yard line. Flag comes in late. Looks to be a dead ball foul, and this is probably going to go against Lockport at this point. Still discussing. And it may have been just some words. I didn't see any shoving or anything like that, so. I didn't even see what the penalty was. Personal foul. Personal foul on Rochester. 15-yard penalty. So after the penalty, they'll go ahead and beep, back them up. They'll put the ball at about the 41-yard line. Clock stopped here with $1:53 left to go in this first quarter. Looking for points on this drive, but right now, they got their work come out of them here. 2nd and long. 2nd and 21. Clock will roll. Now inside $1:50 left to go in this first quarter. We have a whistle come in. And it looks like we had a timeout call. Timeout in the action. We'll go ahead and take it with them. This is your home for the Northeastern Football Alliance, Our Street Media, and OurStreetMedia.com.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time, and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Northeastern Football Alliance action on R Street Media.
After the timeout, here we go. 2nd and a mile. Dash has twins wideouts to each side of the formation. A 4 wideout set. Back will go to his left. It's Adams. Adams will get the carry. And just misses a block. Adams with the carry. No gain on the play. So with that, that's going to go ahead and bring up 3rd down. 3rd and 21 for the Chargers. Clock rolling, just over a minute remaining in this first quarter, and it is the Lockport Wildcats on top of this 1-6-0. They break the huddle. They'll go with a 3 wideout set. Twins near side. They'll go ahead and put a back in the slot, so twins to each side of the formation. The back is going to work to his right. It's Adams. See what kind of push he gets from his O-line here. Dejon Dash, low snap, fields it off the turf. Here comes pressure, eludes it, throws short, incomplete. Dash is pass incomplete. Adams, the intended wide receiver, brings up 4th down. So the penalty bug bit him that time, and with that, they're going to have to go ahead and look like they'll punt this one away. Daquan Garfield on to punt. At the end of the first quarter, our score, it is the Lockport Wildcats 6, Rochester nothing. We'll take a timeout and come back here with second quarter action. This is your home for the Northeastern Football Alliance, R Street Media, and rstreetmedia.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and I dedicate a lot of my time going fast. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Life had a remote control. You could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This is Northeastern Football Alliance action on R Street Media.
And we're back here in Lockport. Our score 6-0 as the Chargers will get set to kick this one away. They lead this one, or they trail this one, 6-0. Wildcats on top of this one. Whistle comes in here, and it looks like movement on the line. Offsides on Lockport. Remains 4th down. So they'll punt this one now inside the 40. 2 men set back to return here for the Wildcats. Whistle came in. Garfield's kick is away, but I don't think it's going to count. It's going to roll into the end zone. .36 left to go here until we reach halftime, and right now looks like we have a penalty. They're trying to say, or at least Lockport is pointing that it's on the Wildcats. Or the Wildcats say it's on the Chargers in this case. False start. False start penalty on Rochester. Remains 4th down. Garfield to punt. 2 men sent back to return deep here for Lockport. Includes Amir Shanks. Shanks is going to let it bounce, fields it. Going west to east, trying to turn a corner. Still working his way upfield, and Shanks with a nice return goes out of bounds. But we do have mustard on the lettuce. Flag on the play. So it looks like it was a block on the back on the kick return there. So with that, now 1st and 10 coming up here for Lockport, who leads this one 6-0. Clock stopped here, 14-17 left to go in the first half. So they'll back up just a little bit here. So 1st down coming up. After the hold, 1st and 10. Lockport from their own 14-yard line. All right, so Wildcats will get set. They break the huddle, slowly working their way to the offensive line. Clock rolling inside 14 minutes left to go. Trips right side on a 4 wideout set. Back will go to the left here. It's Sweet Pea Marshall. They put a man in motion. Twins to each side of the formation now. Marshall will get the carry. Popped immediately by a bunch of white jerseys, but not before he picks up about 5 yards. Looks like about gain of 6. 6-yard pickup by Marshall. Brings up 2nd and 4. Clock rolling inside 13.5 left to go here in the first half. As right now, so far, so good for the Lockport offense. Three wideout set. Nope, 4 wideout set. Twins to each side. They put 0 in motion there. Put him left. Trips left side. Looking to throw. Has him in the slot there. And he's immediately bottled up. 33 with a takedown there for Chargers. 3rd down. They're going to got him a decent gain there, so about 3rd and 1. About 3rd and 1 for Lockport. Clock rolling in here inside 12.5 left to go here in this first half. Bear and company will go ahead and break the huddle. Marshall is going to work to his right. They go twins to each side of the formation. On the 4 wideout set. We'll see if Fair keeps this one. He drops back in the pocket, throws shallow short, and incomplete. Oh, that was right in the numbers. Fair's pass is incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Right in the numbers. Telegraphed that one, and his receiver couldn't haul that one in. Taryn Hall Sr., the intended target. So the pass for Hall goes incomplete, and we'll see if the offense remains on the field dangerous here, as this would be tremendous field position if they were to go for it, not convert. Gutsy call here by Coach Clark and Lockport. Wildcats to go for it on 4th down. Hall's going to go to the left of Fair. Trips right on a 4-wide outside out of a gun. On 4th down, we'll see if he tries to hard count him. Nope, he's going to run this one forward. Willie Fair's got a first down and then some, working that far sideline. Willie Fair on the quarterback keeper. Flag on the play. Looks like this is going to be a late hit. He was hit out of bounds on that one, so yeah. Up near the 40-yard line, so they'll probably tack on 15. If this is as good as it looks, they'll probably go ahead and move the drive up to the 45. Clock is stopped here with 10:57 left to go in this first half. And so far, waiting on the official word of the flag, but I would think this is definitely going to be a late hit out of bounds. Personal foul, late hit out of bounds on the Chargers. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Good to move the sticks. It's a Wildcat first down. 10:57 remains. And a first down coming up here in Charger territory, already with a 6-0 lead as they'll look to go ahead and tack on to it. Clock will roll now. Inside 10:55 left to go in the first half. First and 10 Wildcats. Ball is at midfield. I'm going to go ahead and switch their wideouts now. Nope, they're going to go trips right side. Looks like Marshall's going to be the back. He'll work to the left of Fair on a 4-wide set. On 1st and 10 from the 50. Takes a snap. Fakes a give. Throwing, caught, and turning his way upfield. Nice catch and run on the play there. Michael Vales with the reception. Good to move the sticks. First down, Wildcats. So he gets down to about the Rochester 37-yard line after the catch and run from Willie Fair. Clock rolling inside 10 minutes. Lockport is driving. Far wide out set. They go twins receivers to each side. Marshall to Fair's right. Takes a snap. Marshall will get the carry. Buried in the backfield for a loss on the play. Marshall taken down for a loss. Jeremy Cathy with the tackle for Rochester. Injury timeout. So timeout. Cathy goes down with some kind of injury here. We'll take a timeout with him. This is your home for the Northeastern Football Alliance, Our Street Media, and OurStreetMedia.com.
Wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
This is Northeastern Football Alliance action. This is
Wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at
Chris, can you put the video game controller down for a second?
I can talk and play. Oh, I'm totally annihilating this punk kid in Nebraska.
I just feel like you're not acting like a grown-up in our relationship.
Am too.
Well, you know, you still ride your skateboard to work, there's the comic book collection, the race car bed.
Look, I'm young at heart, but I put money into my 401k every paycheck. I picked up a few savings tips at feedthepig.org. I have control of my financial life now, and that feels pretty grown up.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1,000,000. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. For free ideas and easy tips on ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
So, I bet I look like a grown-up to you now.
Well, except for the footy pajamas, I'd have to agree.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
This is Northeastern Football Alliance action on R Street Media.
After the injury timeout, young man was able to make his way to the sideline. So with that, now 1st and 10 coming up here for Willie Fair and that Lockport offense. 2nd and 13. For a wideout set, they go twins receivers to each side. Fair drops back in the pocket. It holds, throws over the middle, incomplete. Passing complete on the play, Robert Smith. Michael Vale's the intended wide receiver. Helps if you look at the right roster here. So with that, now 3rd down coming up here, and this is a big opportunity for Rochester to go ahead and try to get their defense a breather. Lockport gutsy went for it on 4th down to start out the drive after a near 3 and out. Nope, it was 4 and a 1st down. Big one here. Passing down, I would think. Perrin's going to be the back. He's going to go to the left here of Fair. For a wideout set, twins to each side. Fair set, takes a snap. Rolling left. Still eyes downfield by Fair, and he's going to go out of bounds. May have picked up some yardage. Minimal gain by Fair brings up 4th down. 7:40 left to go, and the clock is rolling. And it looks like as of right now, they're keeping the O out there. They went for it earlier. Why wouldn't they go for it again? Fourth and 11 for the Wildcats at the Rochester 41-yard line. They'll break the huddle. For a wideout set, twins to each side. Marshall's going to be the back to the right side of Fair, and a flag's going to come in. And it's going to be a sideline warning, it looks like. Sideline warning on Rochester. They can't do it again. 6:56 left to go here. So we'll go ahead and roll the clock inside 7 minutes. Big 4th down here for the Rochester D and that Lockport O. About 4th and 16 to the sticks. On 4th down. Fair takes the snap, drops back in the pocket, chased by pressure, rolls out of it. Still looking downfield, trying to get a guy down there, incomplete. It hits the turf. Fair's pass is incomplete. Turnover on downs. So nothing doing for Willie Fair there in the offense. It stalls out after a penalty early on in that series, and unfortunately, they're going to go ahead and turn it over on downs. With that, Chargers will take over, and it's going to be 1st and 10 coming up. After the turnover on downs, 1st and 10 for the Chargers. They have it from their own 41-yard line. 6:08 left to go in the first half. 4 wideout set. They'll go twins to each side of the formation. Clock will roll. Dejon Dash will set up here now inside 6 minutes. He takes a snap. Throw short. Has a man caught. Slips a tackle and continues to move forward. Pass complete. James Brown Jr. on the catch. Gets it up to the 45-yard line. So with that, about 6 yards to the sticks, 4 yards on the completion. 2nd and 6 for the Chargers. 5.5 left to go here in half number 1. Dejon Dash will set up for a wide out set. Twins to each side. Back to his left. Snaps low. Lawrence will get the carry. Follows blockers. Jeremy Lawrence with the carry for the Chargers. Gets to about the 47-yard line of Lockport. Good to move the sticks. First down, Rochester. Remember, Rochester, they did take a timeout. Were not in any kind of play last year. But the year before, they made it all the way to the Northeastern Football Alliance finals. Timeout for an injured player. So there's an injured player down on the field for Rochester. We'll go ahead and take it with them. 4:53 left to go here in the first half. Lockport on top of Rochester, 6-0. This is your home for the Northeastern Football Alliance, Our Street Media, and OurStreetMedia.com.
You know, I grew up hearing that women are bad with money. But like many of you, I spent years paying bills, managing checking accounts, and taking care of my family. So, turns out women are pretty good with money after all. And now, I'm taking control of my financial future by saving for retirement. It's never too late to start, and there's a great website to help you. Check out WeSaySaveIt.org and jumpstart your retirement savings on your budget and your timeline. That's WeSaySaveIt.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
I love this song! I love nachos.
Loving everything? You might be buzzed.
You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzz warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Northeastern Football Alliance action on Our Street Media.
Back here in Lockport, 4:53 left to go until we reach halftime. 1st and 10 coming up here for the Chargers of Rochester. 1st and 10 Chargers. 4 wide out set. Twins to each side. It looks like Lawrence is the back. He'll go to the left here of Dash. Clock will roll. Snaps low. Dash hands off inside to Lawrence, and he's buried. Jeremy Lawrence tackled for a loss on the play. Looks like back all the way into Charger territory. A loss of 5. 5-yard loss. So with that, it's going to be now 2nd and 15 coming up here for the Chargers. We'll see if they can get some of that yardage back. Dash is going to set up. Twins to each side on a 4 wide out set out of a gun. Lawrence's back will work to his right. Takes a first down snap, drops back in the pocket. Here comes pressure. Chase Dash is going to throw incomplete. Dash's pass goes incomplete. Lawrence, the intended wide receiver, brings up 3rd and 15. Clocks continues to roll here. 3:38 and counting left to go here in this first half. The way this game is rolling here, may very well make it out without having to put the lights on. So far, so good as we continue. Third and 15, 4 wide out set, Twins to each side. 3rd and 15. Lawrence is going to go to Dash's left. And a whistle comes in. Flag on the play. And from what I heard, it looks like this could be on Lockport. Waiting on the official call, but that's what appears to be. Illegal substitution on the Wildcats. Remains 4th down. 3rd down. 3rd down here. So it looks like Adams is the back. He's going to go to the left here of Dash. 4 wide out set. Twins to each side out of a gun. Takes a snap. Drops back in the pocket. Chased by pressure. Rolling right. Still eyes downfield. Looking to keep this one. No, he'll throw it. And it is nearly intercepted. Pass is incomplete on the play. Robert Smith, the intended wide receiver. He had open field in front of him. I'm surprised he didn't take off and run on that one. So an interesting decision here by Dash. So with that, it's now going to bring up fourth down. No flag on the play. It is picked up. Clock rolling inside, 3 minutes left to go here. Special teams will come out to punt this one away. Garfield kicked it last time out. Looks like we'll see him kicking this one again. Daquan Garfield set to punt this one away for the Chargers. Shanks and Caesar back to return. Shanks shallow, stands about the 20. Timeout for the 2-minute warning. So we'll go ahead and reset the clock to 2 minutes here and take a timeout. When we come back, 2 minutes remain here. Rochester set to punt this one away. This is your home for the Northeastern Football Alliance, Our Street Media, and OurStreetMedia.com.
Melissa from Michigan. I work an extra part-time job serving lunch at my child's school, but I still can't afford to put food on our table.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
My Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take, but early detection allowed us to take control of the situation.
This is Northeastern Football Alliance action on Our Street Media.
Fills it short, taking it upfield, works the near sideline, and goes down just shy of midfield to about the 48-yard line. First and 10, Lockport from their own 48. About 49 remaining here. And you almost had to feel like that Lockport felt like they left something on the field there after failing to convert on that fourth down. We'll see if they can come away with points, but we got a tight one. 6-0 is the score here with $1:49 remaining in the first half. Coming up at halftime on Our Street Media, it's the Buffalo Bills Draft House Podcast halftime show. They're going to actually go ahead and spot the ball up at midfield. All right, so Willie Fair is going to set up. Sweet Pea is now going to go left side here, so trips left on a 5 wide out set empty backfield here for Willie Fair. On first down. Fair set, takes the snap, drops back in the pocket. Throws incomplete. Fair's pass is incomplete on the play. Of course, we did not have him on our roster. Clock stopped here. 58 seconds remain until we reach halftime. So we'll see what they decide to do here on second down. I would think they're going to be throwing the football almost every down here. Rochester's D has played stingy in this one. 4 wide out set, twins to each side. Now they'll go trips left, empty back set here for Fair. On second down from midfield, Fair set, takes a snap, dropping back, it holds. He's going to throw over the middle, high arching rainbow, incomplete. Fair's pass incomplete for Sean Sweet Pea Marshall. Brings up third down. So third down coming up now here for the Wildcats. Rochester D bending but not breaking in this one. Only broke that one time on a big dash to the house by Marshall, but on that one, a toss to Marshall just slightly overthrown, so it goes incomplete. 50 seconds remain and a big third down coming up here for the Wildcats. Third and 10 for Lockport from midfield. Empty back set once more. They go trips left side. On third down, Fair set out of a gun. Takes the snap. It's a little bit high. Pocket holds. Still looking downfield. Throws down the middle. It is caught, and it's going to be a first down. Johnson with the catch there for the Wildcats. Good to move the sticks. It's a Lockport first down. 34 seconds remain, but yeah, nicely done on that one. Really threading the needle and finding Johnson downfield. So with that, now 34 seconds remain. And getting close towards that end zone. And again, a reminder that coming up in halftime here on R Street Media, it's the R Street Media Draft House podcast. Buffalo Bills Draft House podcast. It is halftime show that's coming up right here on R Street Media and rstreetmedia.com. So a slight timeout in the action here. It looks like Rochester calls it, but of course we're going to go ahead and keep the break right here. All right, so after the timeout called here, 1st and 10 coming up in the red zone here for the Lockport Wildcats. Ball at the 20-yard line. First and goal, Wildcats in the red zone. 4 wide out set, twins to each side. Johnson, the back, will go to Fair's left. Had a tremendous catch last time out. Willie Fair on first down takes the snap. Looking left, stands tall, throws towards the end zone, caught. Diving catch. They call it a touchdown. I think he was in. Still waiting to find out what's going on, but it looks like he did catch it, but he is short of the goal line. Caesar with the catch. First and goal coming up. On Facebook. Yes. For those watching, yeah, we are on Facebook right now. And don't be shocked tomorrow if all goes well. We'll go ahead and put this on YouTube as well. But we do have a timeout in the action. 20 seconds remaining until we reach halftime, and a timeout called by the Lockport Wildcats. We'll take it with them. Come back here.
Control. You could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This is Northeastern Football Alliance action on R Street Media.
Back here in Lockport where the score is still 6-0, but we have the Wildcats knocking on the door. First and goal from about the 1-yard line. And this is where I would think you'd see the strong legs of Willie Fair just go ahead and try to march this one forward. Still conversing right now. First and goal, Lockport. 20 seconds remain until we reach halftime. They'll bunch a tight end right side of back to each side. Marshall to the left. Johnson to his right. Fair's going to keep this one. He's going to follow, and he's found his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Lockport. Willie Fair on the 1-yard keeper. Makes the score, the Wildcats 12. The Chargers, nothing. So 14 seconds remain until we reach halftime. $12-0 the score with 14 seconds remain. And Lockport, I believe, will get the ball to start out second half action in this one. So, bit of a treat for those boys. They'll try for two. A little bit of a wildcat as Marshall will get it. Finds the end zone, good. Lockport's 2-point try is good. Sean Sweet Pea Marshall finds the end zone, makes the score. The Wildcats 14. The Chargers, nothing. So we're getting close towards halftime here. Only 8 seconds remain. And still conversing and trying to talk this one over right now. To be determined what they're doing on this kickoff here, but we've seen them do it short, so I'm curious. So Rochester will set to receive this kickoff with only 8 seconds remaining until we reach halftime. All right. Rochester still getting some last men out there for this kickoff return. They'll get sent to receive this kickoff. Marshall to kick. Approaches the tee. A low line drive. Fields at the 25. Starter steps going 30, going east to west. As that's going to do it for the first half. Goes out of bounds. Through 30 minutes of play at halftime, it is the Lockport Wildcats on top of the Chargers of Rochester, 14-0. All right, so we've reached halftime here, and I would say to sum up the first half, quick shot on their first drive. They were able to go ahead and find the end zone, and then a late drive, and that goes ahead and puts the lead here at 14. All right, so we'll take a timeout. Coming up here, it's the Buffalo Bills Draft House Podcast halftime show. At the half, once again, it's Lockport 14, the Chargers nothing. This is the Northeastern Football Alliance on our street media.
You're not wired to have a response to this sound. You're neutral to it. You hear it every time you finish a meal and never feel anything. But if we were able to associate this sound with a new stimulus, save the food, we've achieved pulling a natural response from you. Save the food. Why are we doing this, you may ask? Save the food. Because this ad is trying to change your after-meal behavior through brainwashing. Because food waste costs the average family $1,500 a year. Save the food, cha-ching! And $1,500 extra bucks is like getting a pay raise. Save the food, cha-ching! You're promoted. Which could pay for your child's braces. Save the food, cha-ching! You're promoted.
Check out my braces.
So when you hear this sound, rethink your behavior. Cook it, store it, share it. Just don't waste it. For tips and recipes, visit SaveTheFood.com. Brought to you by NRDC and the Ad Council.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that we can give our daughters everything they need to grow and learn. But not every child can focus on classes and play dates.
Nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. face hunger. That's 1 in 6. School lunch might be their only meal each day, and it's heartbreaking to imagine any child going to bed hungry. We're dreaming of a perfect day when kids can smile, play, and just be kids without worrying about where their next meal will come from. Feeding America is working to make that perfect day a reality.
Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. That food is given to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about doing things that make an ordinary day extraordinary. Learning to play an instrument, building a sandcastle, hosting tea parties. Hunger should never be an obstacle to growing up.
You can help end childhood hunger in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Excuse me, I know you have a 9 o'clock, so I'll keep this short. I'm the business suit in the back of your closet. You wore me nearly every day before your office went, quote, casual. I used to be the CEO of your closet. Now I'm just that one intern no one ever talks to. I always thought you'd circle back with me, get granular, keep me in the pipeline. But nada, nothing. Don't you remember the McKittrick presentation? You spilled coffee on me, and I still looked amazing during the breakout talkback Q&A. So, I think it's time for me to move on. I've got a great resume, and I absolutely crush it in interviews, okay? Let's make this a clean break. Shift the paradigm. The only thing I ask is that you think outside the box here and do this. Take me to Goodwill, where I can really make a difference.
Your donations to Goodwill create new jobs, training programs, and education assistance for people in your community. To find your nearest donation center, go to goodwill.org. Donate stuff. Create jobs. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
For Bills fans. By Bills fans.
Only Buffalo is going to win it!
This is the Buffalo Bills Draft House Podcast with Brad the Bruiser Eichhorn and Alex Jones.
This is pandemonium!
Here's Brad the Bruiser Eichhorn.
And welcome back for another edition of the Buffalo Bills Draft House Podcast. Brad the Bruiser Eichhorn along with Alex Jones as we have the Buffalo Bills 2024 schedule, and we're ready to get into it. So we were talking, a couple of quick glances. Looks like it's going to be a fun season.
100%, Brad. It's going to be a tough. The first 10 weeks are going to be a bit of a gauntlet, and it'll be interesting to see how everything plays out.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. We'll start out. Home opener will be a 1 o'clock kickoff here in Orchard Park as the Buffalo Bills will host the Arizona Cardinals. So kind of like that, week one, opening up with, I'd say, a very inferior opponent that I like the Bills' chances to go ahead and start the season 1-0. So, the Birds will come up. Should be nice and warm for them. They should be in their comfort level, too.
Yeah, I think that's, it makes sense that 2 years ago they started out at home. Last year they started out in New Jersey, so it make a lot of sense why they're alternating that one.
All right, let's go to week 2, which we heard about earlier this week. It is confirmed Thursday Night Football with the Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins, 8:15. And I hate them going down to Miami this early in the year, but it's a night game, so the sun won't be blinding in their face. I'm hoping there's less chances for heat exhaustion in this one.
Yeah, 100%, Brad. I think that's, it's a realistic thing we worry about. Dolphins fans crying about it on social media won't ever get old.
Then go to week 3. Buffalo will be on Monday Night Football, so back-to-back prime time games. A 7:30 kickoff. I assume this is part of the doubleheader they typically do. But it'll be a 7:30 kickoff versus the Jaguars here in Western New York.
I think it's the second year in a row we are part of that doubleheader as well.
And some reunions in this one. Gabe Davis, now a member of the Jaguars. Mitch Morris as well. Is there anyone else I'm leaving out that's now a Jag?
I think those are the two.
Okay, well, be a little bit of a reunion. I'm sure they'll get a warm reception as they come here. But that'll be, I'd say, a tough game. Jacksonville, they flamed out at the end of last year, but I think they're still a force to be reckoned with, especially with a guy like Trevor Lawrence out there at quarterback. All right, let's go to week. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Alex.
No, I completely agree, Brad. I think it's a tough opponent with Trevor Lawrence, although they seem to flame out at the end of the year. Still an incredibly good squad.
All right, and then 3 primetime games in a row coming up. Sunday Night Football versus the Baltimore Ravens. That should be a really good Sunday night matchup.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's going to be, those Sunday night matchups are a big one.
So, yep. Right now, so far, through week 4, prime time at home and 2 prime times on the road. We go to week 5 at the Houston Texans, October 6th, which is, it's funny because they played around this time of year back in 2018 as I was at that game where Josh Allen got hurt. Nathan Pickerman came in and threw the game away, and they lost by 7, I believe. So, yeah, not a bad time to go down to East Texas and take on the Texans.
And the big storyline there being the reunion of Allen and Diggs.
And I bet I would expect them to have a full embrace, if not during or talking after the game at least. But, you can't have done as much you did have a reunion like that and not hug it out.
Yeah, 100%. I think that'll be the case. Or maybe it'll be more intense than we thought it was. And, both of them coming with a chip on their shoulder into that game.
All right, let's go to week 6, back on prime time after a week off in week 5. October 14th, they take on the New York Jets on Monday Night Football like they did last year. This time, like I said, October 14th. So that's their week 6 matchup. And Buffalo has dropped at least their last 2 in the Meadowlands. So I hope this is the year they break that streak in on Monday night.
Yeah, couldn't agree more, Brad.
Let's move ahead. Week 7. The Bills will take on the Tennessee Titans. That is a 1 o'clock kickoff right here in Western New York. Tennessee should be interesting. They bring on, I believe it's Brian Callahan is their new coach, which is funny because when I was a grad student at University of Nebraska and he was the head coach, I knew people that were friends with him. Like, oh yeah, I played lacrosse with him, and now he's the head coach in the NFL for the Titans. So his Titans will come to town, take on the Bills on October 20th.
Yeah, and I think that one's going to be a little bit of a, I don't want to say an easier one, Brad, but definitely a matchup that the Bills can take advantage of.
Yeah, and I think it has potential to be an easier game, but we'll see at that point in the year. Things may change. All right. Let's go right before Halloween, October 27th and week 8. They will be heading to Seattle to take on the Hawks. That being, of course, out west is going to be a late kickoff game, 4:05 on that one. It'll be on Fox. Okay?
Yeah, that'll be, I always like a nice Fox crew game. The Fox broadcasting crew is something if you listen to this podcast regularly, Brad and I talk about quite a bit. I think the Fox crews do a really good job, honestly.
See, I like the announcing better than the production. I think their production is lacking compared to CBS, but it's nice to have different announcers for a different take.
I like sometimes, too, the different look. I feel like Fox goes with a more simplistic approach to their scoreboard and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I kind of like... I kind of like that a little bit more of a simplistic approach to their broadcast.
All right.
Not every week, but once in a while.
I get it. No, it's good to break things up here. Well, week 9, I feel like Miami's getting a free pass here. They're here in November, so we're lucky. We're on Sunday night or Thursday night football, so it's a night game when it's going to be hot. In November, I don't know. There's potential. Could be snow, could be nothing, could be nice and warm. That's a crapshoot there, but I feel like weather favorable for the Miami Dolphins, a 1 o'clock kickoff on November 3rd. Other final thoughts this week?
Honestly, Brad, at this point, the NFL's really dragged this out. You know what? They do a good job of making an event of everything, and it feels like they finally, we're finally through everything, right? We're finally through all the trials and tribulations, and we're ready to go.
All right, and I just wanted to tabulate here the number of primetime games we'll have. Let's see. All right, so Miami Dolphins is 1. Jacksonville Jaguars is 2. Baltimore Ravens is 3. The Jets in Week 6 is 4. And then I believe the Niners has the last one. And that's pretty much what you're typically maxing out with. I haven't had a chance to look at over anyone's schedule. I'll be dissecting all that. But, I mean, do you remember the days where we get the schedule and it was just all 1 o'clock kickoffs? I mean, what a treat and what a time to be a Buffalo Bills fan that we have 5 primetime games, a lot of late afternoon games. I'm pumped up.
I am, but I miss the 1 o'clocks, While at the same time, I've started to love the primetime games simply because now you can sit back and just hang out and watch Red Zone, watch whatever you want to do,
Yes.
If you have something you need to do during the day, you're not like, oh, I got to watch on my phone. You can kind of pay a little less attention to those midday games.
This is true. So, yeah, I think based on the schedule, I think Western New York and Bills Mafia can have a pretty productive fall, get stuff done, watch their team late afternoon and the night. Some 1 o'clock kickoffs, of course, but I don't know. I like the way the schedule looks so far. I'm on board.
Yeah, me too. Completely agree, Brad.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this edition of the Buffalo Bills Draft House podcast. We remind you to follow us across our social media platforms at Buffalo DHS, at TW Callahan DHS, at Bills Bruiser. You can find us on Facebook.com/Buffalo Bills Draft House and DraftHouseSports.com. For Alex Jones, I'm Brad the Bruiser Eichhorn. Go Bills.
This has been the Buffalo Bills Draft House Podcast.
Available on Spotify, Odyssey, Prime Music, Audible, or wherever you get your podcasts.
An R Street Media production.
Hey, there he is. How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand or what?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
Are you okay?
I'm having a stroke.
Your face looks weird, too.
I'm having a stroke.
Are you having a seizure or something?
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear.
I'm having a stroke.
You just need to know the sudden signs. Look for FAST, F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. Or S, speech difficulty. Then T, time. Time to call 911 immediately, because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Know the sudden signs. Face, arm, speech, time. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet, fingerling, Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by Understood.org and the Ad Council.
Life had a remote control. You could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This is Northeastern Football Alliance action on R Street Media.
All right, and just about set for second half action here between the Chargers and the Lockport Wildcats. A 2-score game, 14-0 the score as we get set for second half action here. And just about ready to go. They're still getting everyone set up. Whitcomb to kick. Marshall set deep to return for the Wildcats. Whitcomb gets a nice leg. It goes end over end. It's going to bounce around the 20 field at the 18. And bottled up there around the 25-yard line. Stevenson on the return. 1st and 10 coming up here for the Wildcats. All right, so here we go. In the early goings of the second half, Lockport will take over. Scored on 2 drives, 1 drive stalled out. But definitely gutsy. A lot of going forward on 4th down, so I almost say every time they're out there, it's 4-down territory coming up here for this Lockport team. Clock rolling inside 14:44 left to go in the third quarter as the Wildcats will break the huddle and they'll set up here on a 1st and 10. Empty back set. Nope, they'll put Marshall to his right, trips left. Evert, the lone receiver, to the near side. Fair takes the snap, drops back in the pocket. It holds, throws, and pass is caught. Evert with a reception for the Wildcats. A decent gain on the play. About 7-yard pickup. So about 2nd and 3 coming up there after the pitch and catch. Clock rolling inside 14 minutes left to go in the third. 4 wide out set, twins to each side, Marshall the back. He'll go to the right here of Fair. And almost a bit of pistol this time. He'll go behind him as he takes the snap. Throw short, pass is caught. Trying to turn his way up and just shy of the 1st down. Shanks, the reception for the Wildcats. Good to move the sticks. It's a Lockport 1st down. Clock rolling now, just over 13 minutes remain. But they're able to go ahead and pick up another 1st down here. 1st and 10 coming up here for the Wildcats. They have the ball at about the 39-yard line. From their own 39, 1st and 10. 4 wide out set, twins to each side. Sweet Pea is going to go to the right of Fair. Just over 12 and a half left to go in the third. Fair takes the snap. Marshall is going to get the carry. Goes right upfield and tattooed right about the line of gain. So at the 49-yard line, they say it's going to move the sticks. Oh, but it's going to come back. Penalty here. Looks like there's a hold there on the Wildcats. Yep, Mustard on the lettuce there at the 40-yard line. So that'll beat back them up. Holding on Lockport. 10-yard penalty. Still 1st down. 12:32 left to go here as it's now 1st and 20 after the hold. 4 wide out set, twins to each side of the formation here as Marshall is going to go to the left here of Willie Fair. Inside 12.5 as he'll get set to take this 1st and a mile snap. Dropping back in the pocket, pump fakes, now rolling up, throws right, nearly intercepted. Pass broken up by Lockport. Jaquan Martin to break up the pass by Fair, brings up 2nd down. Clock rolling, just over 12 minutes left to go in the 3rd, and that was a tremendous break up there. Lockport defense is, despite being the whole 14-0, still playing balls out, and offense nearly came close to putting up some points in the first half before they got bit by the penalty bug. So if their defense can go ahead and hold and get the ball back, we'll see how the second half turns. 12 unanswered points last game, but fell 7 points shy of Genesee County. 4 wide out set, trips left side, out of a gun, Marshall to the right of Fair. 2nd and 20. Takes the snap, drops back in the pocket, he'll move up, he'll throw, incomplete. Pass goes incomplete on the play. Jay Evert, the intended wide receiver. So Evert can't haul that one in. Clock will continue rolling here. Just over 11 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter, and it is 14-0. Lockport on top of this one. Wildcats will break the hull. 3rd and 20. Back at about their own 29-yard line. 4 wide out set. Twins to each side. Marshall's going to go to Fair's right. A lot of jawing going out there as Fair takes the snap, drops back in the pocket. He's going to nearly be wrapped up, gets out of it. Here comes a flag. This is going to be a hold. He'll throw across his body. He has a man caught up at the 40. Fair's pass is complete. Flag on the play. And I just got to say, he had old time back there. And I think they're talking, do they accept this penalty or not? Officials still discussing, and this could potentially be on Rochester. Coaches with their hands in the air. We'll see the call. Personal foul, face mask on the defense. Personal foul, face mask, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down. So it was a face mask in the backfield while Fair was dancing around, so Willie Fair and that Lockport offense will remain on the field as they'll move to the right side of the 50, going left to right. Rochester right to left across your internet bandwidth here. And it's 1st and 10 coming up here for the Wildcats on top of this one. 14-0 here in the second half from Outwater Park. All right. 4 wide out set, twins to each side. Fair drops back in the pocket. Here comes pressure, eludes it. Rolling right, eyes still downfield. He's going to throw right, has a man caught. And goes down about the 20-yard line. Pass caught on the play by Jay Evert. That's good to move the sticks. It's another Lockport 1st down. Clock rolling here, just over 9 minutes remaining in the 3rd. Lockport looks determined to go ahead and get some points on this drive. Willie Fair had all day back there, able to go ahead and find his wide open receiver, and Evert. So clock will roll now inside 9 minutes left to go in the 3rd. 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the Charger 20-yard line. Shanks the back. He's going to go to the right of Fair. 4 wide out set. Twins each side. On 1st down. Fair set, takes the snap. Shanks will get the carry inside. Minimal to no gain on the play. Shanks, the ball carrier, no gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. Clock rolling now inside 8.5 here in the third. They've chewed up a lot of clock here on this drive. It's amazing. They had 3 drives in that first half. Only one they didn't come up with any points. All right, so here we go. They'll set up on a first down. Clock rolling now inside 8 minutes left to go in the third. They've already chewed off a good chunk of it here with 7 minutes drawn off the clock. Shanks to Fair's right as Fair will drop back in the pocket. He's going to throw right, has a man caught, and shaking and baking, and he'll go down for a first down inside the 10. Fair's pass complete to Taryn Hall Sr. First and goal, Lockport. Now inside 7.5 left to go. They've close to choose 8 minutes on this drive as Fair and company will set up here on a first and goal. Punched it in from 1 yard out last time they were down in the red zone. So they're about at the 6-yard line. Inside 7 minutes left to go as the clock continues to wind. 4 wide out set, twins to each side. Shanks to Fair's right. Dropping back is Fair. Looks left, rolls left. Still eyes downfield, pitch forward, caught. Do they call it a touchdown? Clock is rolling. And I think he's just shy. And they have a timeout on the field. Official timeout. Touchdown is good. So with that, it's 20-0. And they're going to go for 2 now with 6:15 left to go here in the third. Didn't see anyone come out from the sideline or anything to go ahead and whistle that the touchdown try was good. So there you have it. All right, so they'll set up here on the 2-point try. Snaps a little bit high. 2-point try is good. With 6:09 left to go in the third quarter, your home team, Lockport Wildcats, lead Rochester 22-0. All right, and a nifty little kind of trick play on there. So the 2-point try is good. And with that, 8 points on the opening drive by Lockport. All right, so this is where offense matters. You heard from B. Will, the offensive coordinator in the first half in our pregame show, and you heard it from him. Offense is going to start and stop with the offensive line, so right now we'll see what kind of protection they can get here for Dash, because he's going to need it. I would expect them to be throwing quite often here in the hole by 22. Still a 3-possession game. Marshall to kick off from the 35. Three men set back to return here for Rochester. 3 men set deep to return, including Davidson. Back to return there. Chris Davidson and Mitchell and company set back to return this kick. Fielded high and up to the 15. They go 20, 25, up to the 30-yard line. And Finally goes down about the 40-yard line. Robert Smith on the return. Clock rolling now inside 6 minutes left here in the third. And a stop on the clock here as they do have a shaken up Charger down. They're about the 37-yard line. We'll go ahead and take a quick break in the action. This is your home for the Northeastern Football Alliance, our street media, and ourstreetmedia.com.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Northeastern Football Alliance action on Our Street Media.
All right, so here we go after the timeout. 1st and 10 coming up here for the Chargers. Trips right side in a 4-wide outset. Lawrence to Dash's right. He'll take the snap. Drops back in the pocket. Throws incomplete. Dash's pass goes incomplete. Gibson, the intended wide receiver. So tried looking for Gibson, but underthrew him there. Possible pressure forced a bad throw. So with that, now 2nd down coming up here. Clock rolling, just over 5 minutes left to go here. And they're in the hole by 22. Chargers will break the huddles they'll set up. They'll put trips wideouts to the right side. Gibson, the lone man, to the near side of the formation. Adams, the back. He'll go to the left here of Dash. Actually, Adams is 26, so not sure who 28 not on our roster is, but he'll be the back. He'll go to the left here of Dash. Dash dropping back in the pocket. Throws has Gibson trying to turn his way upfield, nearly making a man miss. Taken down on the play. Gibson the reception there for the Chargers. Taken down by D.D. Jackson. Gain of 7 brings up 3rd and 3. So they have to get to midfield. They have it at the 47-yard line. Here we go. They set up 4 wideout set. Twins receivers to each side. The back will go to Dash's left. On 3rd and short. Dropping back here is Dash. Chased by pressure. Rolling right. Eyes still downfield. He's going to heave a pass in desperation. Dash's pass. I thought he caught it. Pass is complete. Good to move the chains. It's a 1st down from Dash to Robert Smith. So Smith hauls that one in, and it's a 1st down. Everyone kind of in disarray there, but he dove and caught that one on the far side of the field. 4 wide out set. Twins to each side. The back will go to Dash's left. On 1st down in Lockport territory, back will get the carry. No gain on the play. The back for Rochester bottled up, no gain. Brings up 2nd and 10. From the Lockport 45, clock rolling here with only 2.5 left to go here in the 3rd quarter with a rolling clock. Very tight game here till about halftime where Rochester let Lockport in the end zone. They get a 2-point try, and they make it 14-0, and then to start out the second half, 8 points. Well, Rochester looking to answer back. 4 wide out set. Twins to each side. The back is going to work to Dash's right. Clock now inside 2 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Takes the snap, drops back in the pocket. Eludes pressure, steps up, still spinning his way upfield. He's going to carry this one forward. Deshaun Dash with the quarterback keeper, a 4-yard pickup, brings up 3rd and 6. Clock will continue to roll. Now 90 seconds remain here in this third quarter. And a big third down coming up once more. They were able to convert last time out, and I would say at this point, in the hole by 22, 4-down territory. They spot the ball at the 40-yard line. 3rd and 5. 4 wide out set, twins to each side. Back will go to Dash's left. Deshaun Dash drops back. He falls down. He gets up. Still eyes downfield. He's going to flip this one incomplete. Dash's pass is incomplete. Robert Smith, his intended wide receiver. And another opportunity where I felt like he had green grass in front of him. He could have probably picked it up on the ground. He was trying to make the throw on the move and just underthrew that ball. So here we go. 4th down and 5. And, yeah, definitely 4-down territory. Clock will roll. Now inside 45 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. On 4th and 5, Dash set. Takes a snap, loses the football, picks it up off the turf. He's going to have to carry this one forward, and he's going to be short. Dash recovered his own fumble. 4 yards short of the line of gain, turnover on downs. So clock stopped here with 5 seconds remaining. And looks like they'll probably be able to go ahead and run one more play before we reach the end of the third quarter. Two seconds remain. Clock will roll, and that's going to do it here for the third quarter. Through 45 minutes, it's the Lockport Wildcats 22, the Rochester Chargers nothing. Fourth quarter action on its way. We'll take a timeout, come back with the fourth quarter on your home for the Northeastern Football Alliance, R Street Media, and rstreetmedia.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and I dedicate a lot of my time going fast. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time-to-talk, a message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
My Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take. But early detection allowed us to take control of the situation together.
Talk to your family about seeing a doctor. Go to alz.org/time-to-talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
This is Northeastern Football Alliance action on R Street Media.
All right, so through 45 minutes of play, it is the Wildcats all over Rochester. 22-0 as we get set to start fourth quarter action. 1st and 10 coming up here for Lockport. Call me crazy out there, but it looks like we may have someone new at quarterback. No, I think Fair comes back out here now. Yep, Willie Fair is back out here. To start out the fourth quarter, 1st and 10 for the Lockport Wildcats. All right, so we get set and ready to go. Rochester needs a big defensive stop to pull out a miracle here. Down by 22. Looks like Hall, the back, he'll take the pitch. No, it's Caesar. Thundered in the backfield, and he is popped. About a loss of 5 on the play. Woods, the ball carrier, loses 5 yards. Brings up 2nd and 15. Clock rolling here now, just over 14 and a half left to go in this ball game. But every time it looks like you could discount or count out Rochester, they do something spectacular to keep themselves in. Big hit there on first down. Fair and company will set up here on 2nd and 15. Twins wideouts to each side, and the 4 wideouts set out of a gun. Woods to his right. Snaps low. Fair rolling left, and he's going to just throw this one away. Fair's pass is incomplete. You see some of the folks from Rochester trying to call for grounding as he was outside of the pocket and well beyond the line of scrimmage, so I thought the play was clean. Clock will continue to roll here. But a big third down, and really more important for anyone, a big third down for this Rochester defense. Trying to get their D off the field. Empty back set. They're going to go trips receivers to the right side on a 5 wide out set. Fair dropping back in the pocket. Here comes pressure. Throws over the middle. Intercepted. They lateral it backwards and continue to work his way upfield. And that's a huge play by Rochester. Fair's pass intercepted by Greg Lawrence. 82 will carry the ball forward deep into Lockport territory. So, yep, like I said, you can't discount these Rochester Chargers. There's no quitting this football team. 1st and 10 in Lockport territory after the INT. After the INT, 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Ball's at the 30-yard line. So here we go. 1st and 10 coming up here for Dejon Dash and that Rochester offense. Lawrence is going to be his back. He'll go to his right hip here as they go 4 wide outside. Twins receivers to each side. On first down, Dash set. Fakes the give on the play action. Throws right side, has a man caught. Touchdown. Turner with the touchdown for the Chargers. Dash to Turner. So 6 points will go on the board here for Rochester, and we'll see if they decide to go for 2. They do have a capable kicker, so it looks like Whitcomb is coming out for the PAT. Whitcomb on to attempt the PAT. A crucial score. PAT would make it a 15-point game. No, they're going to pull him out. Whitcomb will return to the sideline. They will try for 2. Just kidding. He's coming back out. All right, so Whitcomb looking for the PAT. He'll give it a shot here. 12:04 left to go in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown catch from Dash to Turner, they're late getting a blocker out there. All right, so they'll set up. Here we go. Whitcomb on. Snaps a little bit high. Quarterback keeper. He's going to try taking this towards the pylon. Did he reach over? Did he get it? Nothing official right now. Still some conversation. The 2-point try is good. Daquan Garfield with the keeper. Puts the score back at 14, 22-8. Lockport on top. 11:59 left to go in the fourth quarter. Rochester just made it a 2-score game. So with that, they'll get set to kick away as we continue on here in the fourth quarter. Yep, they faked it, and you just saw Garfield take off for that end zone there. So nicely done by that young man. Whitcomb to kick off. Marshall set back to return for the Wildcats. So Whitcomb has it teed off at the 35. Whitcomb approaches the tee. It goes end over end, fielded short, about the 25, west to east. Trying to turn a corner here, up to the 30, and spins his way, goes up to about the 35-yard line. Davis with a return for the Wildcats. 11:49 left to go, and they spot about at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up here for Lockport. Still on top of this one, but deficit's been cut from 22 to 14. 22-8 the score. They'll probably get set to go and start the clock here momentarily. Nothing yet. Yep. An official timeout right now. Still having words with the officials there is Coach McLemore and company. So Coach and the owner out there right now having a talk. Sure, Willie Fair and ready to go ahead and get out there. And let's say at this point, be wise to go ahead and just keep the ball on the ground. And it might be, if I had to guess what the conversation the officials are having there with Coach McLemore right now, it's probably clock. They probably don't want the clock to roll as much as it does, but it's league rules at this point as the lights are on here. 8:51 here on a Saturday night in Lockport, New York. This is the Northeastern Football Alliance right here in Our Street Media and OurStreetMedia.com. Our videographer, Peter James. Our director of video operations is Heidi Catherine, but she's also our game clock operator today, crushing it. David Burt, our man on Snapchat. Clock will roll. Now inside 11:45. Empty back set. Twins right, trips left. Fair takes a snap. It's a little low, throws right, has it caught. Stop and go, and crossing midfield, nicely done on the play. Nas Hall Sr. with the catch. Crosses midfield, good to move the sticks, first down for Lockport. Clock will continue to roll here, just over 11:15 left to go in this fourth quarter. Lockport clinging to a 14-point lead. Rochester looking for another big stand by their defense. For those listening here, it's 22-14 is the score. All right, so after an incomplete pass brings up now. Was that incomplete? I was working the chat there. All right, so an incompletion there by Fair will bring up now 2nd and 10 with 10:19 left to go in the fourth quarter. 4 wideout set, Twins wideouts to each side. Now should go trips right, an empty back set. Fair set. He'll take the snap, drops back in the pocket, looking left, throws left, it's caught. Goes down right at the 40-yard line. Fair's pass to complete to Sean Sweet Pea Marshall. Goes down at the Rochester 40-yard line, 3rd down. So about 3rd and 3 yards to get to the sticks. All right, big 3rd down. Rochester needs a big stop here on D. Probably going to be 4 down territory. Trips right here for Fair out of an empty back set. Offensive line's played outstanding today as he'll take the snap. Pocket holds, steps up, throws, caught. Fair's pass is complete. The clock will continue to roll with over 9 minutes remaining. We'll see where they mark it. They say it's 4th down. Short gain on the play brings up 4th down. So it is now 4th down coming up here for Lockport. And this is the test time here for Rochester. This is where the stop needs to happen. About 2 yards to get to the sticks. They have to get down to about the 37. They have it at the 39-yard line. Empty back set once more. Trips right side. Twins left. Don't be shocked if he runs this football too. Fair set. Takes a snap. Throws right, incomplete. Fair's pass is incomplete. That's 4th. Turnover on downs, Rochester ball. So that was the stand they were looking for, so the Chargers will take over. But they got to hurry. Only 8:15 left to go in the fourth quarter. Lockport started out with a 22-point smash, but after an interception, an 8-point score there by Rochester, they got a touchdown on a deep pass. And then we see Garfield take the 2-point try in, and then they get a stop on defense. 1st and 10 for the Chargers. At their own 39-yard line, Twins to each side as Dash will step in the pocket, and he's going to be swallowed up here by a bunch of black jerseys. Dash sacked on the play. Taken down by Durham. Clock stopped here with 7:55 left to go in the fourth. So that was unfortunate. They moved backwards on this drive. Loss of 4 brings up 2nd and 14. 7:55 remains. Chargers will break the huddle. 4 wide out set. They'll go twins to each side of the formation. Back will work to his left. Dash dropping back in the pocket. Here comes pressure. Gets out of it. Working his way upfield. Throws it. Is caught. It's Smith. And Smith goes down at about the 36. Smith on the reception for the Chargers. Flag on the play. We see 28 throws arms in the air. This is probably going to be a hold. It's coming back. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be on 49, the right tackle. Personal foul, a chop block. Chop block called on Darryl Franklin. So Rochester shooting themselves in the foot a little bit on this drive. Just started out with the ball, but right now it's going to be 2nd and super duper long on this one. Marching back to about the 25-yard line. Backed up to the 25, 2nd and long. 4 wideouts set, twins wideouts to each side here. The back will go to Dash's left. Dash, low snap, picks it off the turf. Stands tall, throws over the middle, has a man caught. It's Gibson. Gibson with a catch for the Chargers. And it looks like we have a timeout called. 6:57 left to go, and I believe Rochester went and called a timeout. They do. We'll take it with them. Coming back here, Rochester with a 3rd down coming up. They need to convert on offense. This is your home for the Northeastern Football Alliance, Our Street Media, and OurStreetMedia.com.
You know, I grew up hearing that women are bad with money. But like many of you, I spent years paying bills, managing checking accounts, and taking care of my family. So, turns out women are pretty good with money after all. And now, I'm taking control of my financial future by saving for retirement. It's never too late to start, and there's a great website to help you. Check out WeSaySaveIt.org and jumpstart your retirement savings on your budget and your timeline. That's WeSaySaveIt.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
This is Northeastern Football Alliance action on Our Street Media.
6:57 left to go here in a 3rd and much more manageable situation coming up here for the Rochester Chargers. Do or die time down the stretch here inside these final 7 minutes. 3rd and 5 for the Chargers. 4 wide out set. They'll go twins receivers to each side. The back will go to Dash's left. Dash takes the snap. It's a little bit low. Feels it cleanly. Rolling right. Looking to carry this one. He's got a 1st down and then some. Mustard on the lettuce. This might be coming back. Dash picks up a 1st down on the ground. Flag on the play. Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down. So it's not totally dire at this point, but it doesn't help at all. 3rd and 15 now after the hold. We saw it there is Lockport's Rivera Sr. got wrapped up on the play. After the 10-yard penalty. 3rd and 15. 6:50 left to go in the fourth. Four wideouts set. They go twins. Wideouts to each side. The back is going to go to Deshaun Dash's left. On 3rd and 15, they need this one. He'll take the snap. Stands tall in the pocket. Now rolling downfield. Dash is going to hang on to this one. And he'll pick up positive yardage, but some jawing on the near side. As we see him pushing and shoving there with Nevins. This is a big brawl, and I'm not sure who they're going to throw this on. I would think this is going to be on Dash, if anyone. I think emotions just got high in this one. Lots of jawing. And they're still scrumming out there. They may call this game. Flags are coming in. Here's another flag thrown. You hate to see something like this. They might just call this game right now. Yeah, a big tussle out on the field there. Helmets thrown. We're going to let the officials sort this one out. The officials, they're saying bring everything down there. They're still drawing this one out. They're just trying to get everyone separated right now. All right, Rochester returning to their sideline right now. This one to be sorted out. We'll see what the call is, but, man, ugly. I mean, we saw it right down the stretch. He was pushed out of bounds, and then Dash immediately went and shoved Nevins, and, yeah. And I'm almost wondering if where the officials are standing, if they're going to move the ball forward, if this is a personal foul on Lockport. Everyone still, I mean, you hear a lot of flapping gum right now. There's a lot of jawing going out there. Nothing yet. The officials are marching out. This may be a ball game. We may very well see the end of this one. Is this a final? Yeah. Officials are walking out. This one is called a final score at Outwater Park. It's the Wildcats 22. The Rochester Chargers 8. Thank you for attending this evening's game. Please drive safe. Wow. Okay. Yep. That's a first one for us, and I know it happens in this league, but yep. Saw a game end for fighting. So, I mean, yeah, to be honest, yeah, kind of an ugly look in this one. You don't want anything like that. It's unfortunate. But by the end of the game here, I think emotions just got too high on this one, and ultimately that's going to do it here. So we'll go ahead and get set to wrap up our broadcast of this evening's game. We'd like to thank the following people for making this broadcast possible. Lockport Wildcats owner Roland Davis, head coach Eric Clark, Rochester Chargers owner Dees Grant, and head coach Terry McLemore. Our Street Media's director of video operations is Heidi Catherine, who's also today's clock operator. Our videographer is Peter James. Our junior producer is David Burke. This broadcast is intended for the private use of our audience Any rebroadcast accounts and or descriptions of this game are strictly prohibited without prior written consent from R Street Media. Please follow us on X at R Street Media NY and at Facebook.com/R Street Media and RStreetMedia.com for broadcast information and archive content. Join us on Saturday, June 22nd, when the East Coast Blue Devils take on the Buffalo Stampede in East Aurora. Kickoff is at 7 with pregame at 6:45. I'm Brad the Bruiser Eichhorn. Once again, our final score from Outwater Park in Lockport. It's the Lockport Wildcats 22, the Rochester Chargers 8. This has been the Northeastern Football Alliance and R Street Media and RStreetMedia.com.
This has been Northeastern Football Alliance action on R Street Media, an R Street Media production.